Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in today. And today we're going to take a look at the Spider-Man Miles Morales video game coming out for the PlayStation 5 slash PlayStation 4. And we wanted to really take a look and see, where is Peter Parker in this game? It's a little weird that you don't see anything to do with him in any of the trailers. Uh, Maybe it was because of the new recasting of Peter Parker, or at least the uh, facial actor for it, but I don't think that's the real reason that we're having that. I think that this is going to be a situation where Peter Parker is not in the game. You're going to have mentions of Peter Parker, but Peter Parker is not in the game. And the reason why I think this is because I don't think they're going to go back and repatch the PlayStation 4 version of the 2018 Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, because that would be a lot of work to go back in and patch an older game when they have this new remaster, and would really defeat the purpose of the remaster coming out that a lot of people may be wanting to play. So where is Peter Parker? That's a great question. So in 2018 there was a comic event in the Spider-Man side of Marvel Universe called Spider-Geddon. During Spider-Geddon, the Spider-Man from the PlayStation 4 game is actually drafted into a Spider-Man army to take on a bigger imposing threat that could take out everything, as these events normally have. I don't want to get into spoilers and all that stuff, but it is kind of a sequel to Spider-Verse comic event that happened a few years beforehand. But Peter Parker from the PlayStation 4 version is drafted into this army by the Superior Spider-Man, which was Otto Octavius, which actually, if you want some good interactions between Spider-Man and Doc Ock, it's very interesting because this, no real spoilers for Spider-Man 2018, but they had an interesting relationship in that game, and playing off of that, had that the character of Peter Parker conflicted when joining up with this alternate reality version of Dr. Octopus. So that takes Peter Parker completely off the map and leaves New York, I guess, defenseless. I mean, we could assume, we know the Avengers exist in this universe, but we're not sure if they really hang out there. In the previous game, if you went to the Avengers Tower, they would mention that they were doing stuff out west in California, so it might be safe to assume that they do more stuff out west in this particular universe, or who knows, they could be out in space doing some crazy stuff. But the main thing is that Peter Parker is probably not going to be part of this because he's in another dimension fighting a bigger threat. So that leaves Miles really stepping out on his own for the first time, and I think this is going to be one of those coming of age kind of things. It's like, hey, my mentor's gone, it's up to me to defend the city, and that could be fun. I really hope they expand and create a cast for Miles Morales to play off of. We've seen his friend there, but in the trailer, but we want to make sure that there's more than just that. Hopefully they start trying to develop a rogues gallery for Miles Morales, and that maybe they can kind of do 2 Spider-Man games each time, or having parts of the next Spider-Man that they come out that stars Peter Parker can actually have Miles Morales in it, and there's parts that make sense for Miles to show up in. To me, one of the problems with the current setting of this game is that you have to get rid of Peter Parker to have a Miles Morales storyline, because why wouldn't you just have Spider-Man take care of it? He's more experienced, he's able to take care of it quicker probably than Miles would. That's probably the biggest flaw with having 2 Spider-Man in the same city. Now, if they were in 2 different cities, then very easily can figure that out. But in the current shape, a little different there. But yeah, take a look at Spider-Geddon. If you want me to, I can probably do a breakdown of that story. Would it be fun to do that? And we could take a look at more comic storylines if that's something anybody wants to see. Put it down in the comments. Let me know. I really would appreciate it if everybody could subscribe, give me a like, and give me some comments. Let me know what you want to hear about. I do want to do some comic breakdowns on this, but and maybe SpiderGeddon would be the first one to do that. But check that comic out, and we're going to have more coverage of the PlayStation 5 as it comes closer, and definitely going to be looking at the story of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I think it's going to be fun. New take on the Tinkerer, so it should be a lot of fun. But yeah, please give me some feedback. Let me know what we can do better. Thank you. We'll see you later.